the president of Iran has been supposedly stated that Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth, and what does that mean? And also, what is he saying about denying that the Holocaust happened?
Thank you very much. That's a question, because then opens up my argument against Ahmadinejad. First of all, the translation is not exact. And of course, every translation, in every poetry or any other thing would be extremely difficult. But in the Persian language, it's just wiping of the page of history. And the page of history is allegory type of thing, philosophically, rather than destroying it. This Ahmadinejad, in my judgment, is a fool. But he's not that fool to argue like that. In other words, he knows that there is a nuclear power on the part of Israel. I mean, he knows that. So, second, the background of Ahmadinejad is coming from the poor, humble origins and so forth. That's the background. And at the same time, Iran-Iraq war. He's a child of Iran-Iraq war in a discursive manner, a lumpen type, you know, a sort of somebody who is not really worldly and so forth. Even though he has gone to the school, and reportedly he has gone probably a doctorate, I don't know. I wouldn't sign off on his dissertation anyway. So, third, Ahmadinejad is not deciding for the Iranian government. President in Iran doesn't have that much power. Even a good president, supposedly better president, Khatami, who was a nice guy that you can sit down and have a cup of coffee with, even though he was connected to the, terrible government of Iran. Personally, I'm talking about. So in that particular sense, doesn't have that much. Larijani, for instance, the nuclear negotiator, he has more say than Ahmadinejad. So in that sense, taking it seriously is very amazing. I'm sure the Israelis know that. I'm sure the Americans, some of them who study this stuff, they know that. But again, these are excuses to be able to really pick somebody who's the weakest link, like Saddam, for instance, and then argue something. Having said that, should not, this is the last thing that I apologize on the part of Ahmadinejad. I would apologize on his behalf right away, okay, in terms of Holocaust. Why? Because these people are limited, that type individuals. And they mix up the politics with the background of the people. They identify Zionism with the people, Jews. Totally wrong. We know that. So in that particular sense, this is reactionary. No question about it. And of course, tit for tat for the Israelis. You already talked about, speakers talking about the Israeli situation with Palestinians. They have done their own share, of course, of doing the same things. So they are tit for tat, which is not productive at all.